going here. Oh, God, they got that part. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday. Let's do a show and talk about the show that y'all probably missed last night and everything else on the face of the earth. How are you this morning, Deb?
I'm tired.
I am too. I don't know how. I can tell that I'm old. I just can't take these. Well, maybe if I laid down and took about a 2-hour nap before doing a late show like we did last night, I'd be okay. But I'm dragging this morning. You young people are going to have to do these late shows.
I don't do naps unless I'm sick.
Let me throw something over here.
It's like I went to bed and then like an hour and a half later I was up, and then I finally settled back down, and it was like 3 hours later I was up, and I was like, oh.
I'm not laughing about that. I went to Facebook to share the link in the squad. And what popped up was, and I don't know, you might have been the one that posted it. It's Morticia Adams with oh, here it is. Someone needs to create an essential oil called "Leave Me the Hell Alone."
Yeah, no, I didn't put that up.
Oh no, that's just one of the generic ones. And I'll rub that crap all over me. So how's your sales been?
Crappy.
I sold those yesterday morning, and that's about it.
Today I'm going to work on Macari because I've kind of like neglected that.
I'm going to do the show. I'm going to take a nap, and then
I was
going to
say
listing.
take a nap.
I've got to take a nap. Unless these bangs kick in and get me motivated. But I'm going to do some listing this afternoon. I'm tired of Bridget doing these videos where she's turned out. She sold 43 things over, yesterday. That's my motivation. Good morning, Lost Treasures. Good morning, Fishing and Picking.
Well, Lost Treasures is, don't you know who that is?
Oh, that's Bridget.
God.
We had 34 total last night. And that was a plenty. I mean, the point was to see if we could get it up to 99 to see how it would do. But at 34, everything was picture perfect, except for the people that had some internet issues. Everybody was fine. Even Mike.
The crazy card.
Yes, thank you. The crazy card. He was on his laptop, and he was really clear, and his sound was really good. And he was really amazed. So
I think Bridget's having problems getting in. Oh, Bridget's knocking.
Is she? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Oh, you'll end up being one of her lost treasures.
Yes, I will be. Sorry, Bridget.
And you will never be found.
That's right. I'm just totally out of it last night. This morning.
Oh, we need sound, Bridget. Sound. We need sound. We can't hear you. hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Now
you.
I can.
Okay. I said you're lucky it wasn't winter out, Tom.
Well, I told him if he didn't let you in, that he would become one of your lost treasures that would never be found.
I promise you, I'm going to get the thing set up so y'all, even if I have the door locked, y'all can just.
Been hearing this for days now, so.
You know what? And I can't get off of this damn computer. I mean, this damn chat either. It was 12:30 last night, I think it was, before we ever finally said I got to go to bed.
I had all intentions of coming back on, and I fell asleep.
Oh, that's okay. It did really good. It did. The software did really good. I was really impressed with that.
I watched part of it this morning, the part after I left.
You ought to go to the part where near the end where Mike comes in with his on his computer in his house. He was so amazed how well he looked and how clear. Everybody says, "Oh yeah, we can hear you fine." So there's some other options that the other software has that I would like to. I think it'd be cool to have, but I'm not. I've learned how to do this one now pretty much, so I'm not worried about it.
I like Zoom.
I imagine having 99. I mean, having over 30 was.
You know what? 25 should be for what we do. 25 would be the max because that will be one page. Because it only breaks it down to groups of 25.
Right.
So what's the point? Good morning, Hank.
Morning.
Like I'm near people I don't know.
Yeah. If you got to constantly flip back and forth between pages to see people,
yeah,
that's going to take some of the fun out of it. And because if we were doing something, legitimate, like you talking about, Disney pins or Derek NASCAR man talking about Hot Wheels.
Whoa! You've got two on, Bridget. You're double Bridget.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Well, what happened was the one that you have your video coming through is now frozen on Zoom.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, but I don't want that background.
Woohoo, eBay sales.
I know. Am I still frozen?
Yeah. What's the other one?
No, you're not frozen in the one that you're talking with now. It's the one that you had before.
That's
For
weird.
some reason, I think what it was is you tried to get in the room.
And Tom wasn't fast enough, and then I tried getting in again.
Yeah.
Yes, you just said, hey.
Because, I have no patience.
I tell you what, this morning, I don't have a lot of patience. I'm just tired this morning. It just seems like I've been on this thing for the last week. And I have in the morning and in the evening for the last 2 or 3 days.
Yep. You need to get listed in there, mister.
That's what I just told Deb I was gonna do. Because I've got a couple of things listed, but not a lot.
He was going to take a nap after the show and then list this afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, he already went through the rundown of what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I got to, because I was looking at my crap this morning, and then I've done any listing. I've been around with this damn program, so I've got it. I think I got a pretty good handle on it. It's time to get back to work. Yep. So anyway,
I agree.
Did you pack a lot of stuff this morning, or your shipping department hadn't got here yet?
Oh, my shipping department's here, but I told him I'm not going to go to the post office till 2, so he'll pack later.
It's 9:11 Eastern Standard Time, Mike.
Ready? There you go. Yeah, Tom, you got to get listing.
Yeah, I have. I think I've got the ins and outs. I got the system. I had to tweak the system a little bit for my computer. I think I got it all under control. Mike, do you want to come in here?
Of course he does.
Yeah, that way he can actually say something. There was a lot of people last night.
Wait, make sure he's dressed first, please.
Yeah, you got your clothes on?
I'm sure he does.
Bridget don't want to see you danglies.
Oh my God.
Now, Deb and Hank might want to, but me and Bridget don't.
Well, I would want to. And once you see one, you've seen them all.
Good morning, Sherry.
Yeah. Sherry can come in too. Put that link up.
I am, soon as I can find out where I put it.
What do you want? You can't make up your mind what you want this morning? I just want to be right here with you.
I made me a BLT this morning for breakfast, and that was so damn good.
For breakfast?
Yes.
Interesting.
Just the merging of flavors that just.
No, it's the bacon and the tomato.
Yeah, the bacon.
I can have just a tomato mayo sandwich and I'm fine.
Yeah, me too.
On toast? Oh, God.
Oops. Sorry, Todd.
Todd was probably waiting out there going, oh, my God.
I'm telling you.
Poor
Grabbing
Todd,
like an old man.
poor Todd was out there with his little hands knocking on the door. He had to use all 10 of them.
It's 100 degrees.
What are we doing?
I'm raising my hand.
Okay, go ahead.
Tom,
Ma'am,
you need to get that done today.
what's that?
Whatever.
I am. I am. I'm gonna get it done today.
What's he
I got to
getting
go
done?
back and edit. I got to edit the description for last night's show. I got so much crap to do, but I'm going to list.
He has to make it so we don't have to knock on the damn door and wait for him to slowly get to
Oh
it.
yeah, what a punk. Ugh.
Yeah, I'll add you to the list. Sherry, I just posted the link right above you if you want to come in, or anybody else does. I kind of liked having a bunch of people in there. Then I don't have to talk so much.
Tom hasn't been listing, so he had to let the doorman go.
Yes,
Yeah, really?
right. And you can see how well I'm doing. Tara came in and Jim came in late into the program last night.
I don't know how you guys all do it. I mean, I don't know. I'm up at 4:30 every morning. There's no way I could stay up till midnight and then wake back up at 4:30.
If I said, okay, we've got to be up at 4:30 and be at the gate at Disney World,
Oh, Bridget's
and
there.
I have paid to keep the park open till 1 o'clock just for us, your ass would be there with your ears on and your big old white gloves going, hey, you know it.
And she'd
I
have
could
her
go back and take a nap though.
she'd have her lanyard on with all her pins to trade.
Yep.
When are you gonna do your video on pins?
Well, the problem is I need to get some scrappers to go with the real ones so I can compare, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I need to buy some scrapper pins that I have real pins for. So
What was it? Somebody you were talking about earlier, somebody asked a seller to send the picture of the back of the pins of a pin, and they would not. They said they don't take pictures of the back for a 99-cent item. Is that what y'all said? We're talking about earlier in the chat.
yeah, somebody said that. Yeah, because we were talking about buyers sending messages, and I said somebody asked a buyer or asked a seller to send a picture of a back of a pin for them, and they they said they didn't have time to do that for a 99-cent item. And I said, what type of seller would tell a buyer, potential buyer, I don't have time for that. Sorry. So
That's ridiculous.
I'm in a lot of pin groups. I'm in a lot of Disney pin Facebook groups, and they do not allow scrappers. If you list any pins for sale or trade, you have to post pictures of the front and the back. So
when you say scrappers, you're talking about fake pins.
Mhm.
there's fakes and then there's scrappers. There's pins that have been faked, and then there's pins.
Someone else is trying to get in.
I'm getting it. It popped up on my screen. It popped up on my screen, and I immediately brought her in.
Well,
She didn't have to stand out there in the cold or the heat.
I can tell because on Zoom, the whole screen like fluctuates, like someone's trying to get in.
There's scrapper pins, which means the factories that make these pins for Disney, they go through quality control like any other company.
Right.
And if there's a flaw or something, they get put in the scrap pile. Well, they're supposed to throw those away. Somehow people in China get their hands on them and then they sell them. And they are, I mean, people can sell them as tradable in the parks because cast members cannot deny trading a pin with somebody. They can't say, nope, I won't trade that with you because that's a scrapper pin or that's a fake pin. They have to trade with you. Now they might take it and put it in their pocket and not put it on their lanyard, and then they dispose of it at the park. But
I've seen videos of employees at Disney that some of the Disney collectors have taken where they have the lanyard on with the tradable pins, and they're like, "Oh, we want to trade the pins," and they're like, I don't feel like doing that," and they won't do it. And the person is like, "Well, you're Disney staff, and you're supposed to."
Yeah, cast members have to.
Yeah.
And you can go to customer, or you can go to the what do they call it? Anyway, the office there, and you can get their name and complain about that, and they will get written up or fired because they have to. Now, like if I'm walking around with a lanyard and somebody comes up and says, "Do you want to trade?" I don't have to trade with them. But usually on my lanyard, I will have a lot of pins that I don't want anymore. And sometimes if I'm standing in line, I'll have like a baggie of extra ones in my pocket or my purse or whatever I have with me. If I'm standing in line and it's a long line for a ride and kids are getting antsy in front of me, I'll hand them a pin. I'll like pull it out and have them pick a pin.
Well, that's good of you.
Nice, Bridget.
Because, well, then they leave me alone and they're not antsy anymore. They're happy with their pen for a little
You're
while.
standing there trying to be a grown up because you're like, you want to whine like they are. Like, it's taking so long, and why can't we write Figment and whatnot?
Well, and it says like it's 120-minute wait. It sucks.
I'll be honest with you, as much as I've gone to Disney World, I don't think I've ever waited in line longer than probably 40 minutes.
Yeah, me too. Once it gets started and moving.
I get fast passes, I get, so, and I'm constantly on the app checking for fast passes during the day to maybe snag one.
Well, if I ever make it down there, y'all gonna have to counsel me before I go to tell me what I'm supposed to do to move around the park.
Yeah.
Well, in the early 90s when we went, we had my grandmother, and she couldn't walk all that much, and she wanted to go, and we put her in a wheelchair, and we got in on everything. And they were like, "How many's in your party?" And I think we had 10. And they were like, "Okay."
They've limited that now, though. They've limited. I think you can only do 4 or something like that. They've limited it.
Well, I'm gonna have my cane with me when I go.
Well, and what's funny is one of my neighbors went, and she went to the service area and told them she has anxiety, and she got the pass. You don't have to show proof or anything anymore, which I don't like, but.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of people out there in the world that will just plain out lie.
Hey, Julie.
Oh, wait till they start bringing their companion pets, and you'll see pigs walking around.
Julie Venerum. She feeds my addiction.
She does.
She does.
I'm doing good, Julie. I was up late last night, and I'm kind of dragging this morning, but I'm trying to be my usual chipper self.
You're doing a good job, Tom.
Good morning, Karen.
Karen.
Which beach are you at?
She lives in New York.
In New York.
She's on Long Island Beach.
Oh, is she? But
Talking too loud for you?
I like to watch the Disney videos, especially that we've talked about a lot. The one that used to have the 1930s or 1830s mustache.
Tim Tracker.
Yes. I like his videos.
Yeah, because a lot of times he'd go to Disney and Disney World, and Adam the Woo would go with him. I like Adam the Woo.
He still goes sometimes. Yeah, when Adam's out, they go together.
But I like his, and where was I going with this?
I don't know, Tom.
That you like to watch?
I like to watch the videos. But anyway, I've seen them trading pins and talking about trading pins and all that kind of mess. And I just didn't know how that really works.
It's fun. Oh my God, it was so funny. The first time Chris went with me was in 2014. And then I don't know if we did much pin trading then. But anyway, we went again in 2016. And I remember I got him a lanyard. I got him some pins. He says, I am not going to go around and trade pins. I said, just wear the stinking lanyard. So he wears it. He was the first person to run to every cast member and say, can I see your pins? Can I see your pins? Now every time we go to Disney, that's the first thing he wants to do is ask cast members to see their pins.
Chris, you're going to the dark side, dude. To the dark side. Yeah, I was watching this one video, and it was she was a cast member, and she was like a backup person for like the princesses, and she said that she was not prepared. She was not prepped for Frozen for Elsa. And she said the girl that does Elsa was sick, so she had, they said you're Elsa, and she says I don't know anything about the movie, and she said they said have you watched the movie, and she said yes. He said well that'll do for today, and she was talking about that her handler, the person that walks around with her, was saying she would nod at her like a little kid would ask her about such and such, and she would look up at the handler because she didn't know what she was talking about, or she didn't remember what she was talking about. And the handler would shake her head yes or no to tell her how to, which direction to go into. But she said that she learned that these little kids watch these movies over and over and over again, and they better have a good handle on the storyline and what's going on, because
if you're that character, I like watching YouTube videos. There's a whole bunch of YouTube videos of cast members with their stories.
Right.
When they were cast members and things that happened. Those are I like watching those.
Yeah, it's not always for them. It's not the happiest place on earth, because I'm a people person, but after a while, I don't, and I love children. After a while, the little whining kids, because they're tired, because their parents have spent $100 to get them into this place for the day.
Oh my God. And parents just, when I took my kids when they were younger, we didn't do that. We didn't just drag them all day long. We'd go back to the hotel. We would take a nap. They'd cool off in the pool. And then we'd go back for a couple more hours.
Right.
These parents just drag these kids to these parks, and it's hot. and they're crying and they're tired and they just want to rest. And sleeping in the stroller isn't a good sleep.
Yeah.
And it just annoys me. And then you hear the parents go, I paid all this money to take you. You have to enjoy it. Thinking, oh my God.
Good morning, Craig. I was like that. I was like that last night, Bridget. About 12 o'clock, I was getting cranky. I was tired. I wanted to start whining, but I had, I'm on this show with all these adults, so I couldn't do that. Craig, thank you for all you did last night with helping with that show. I truly,
I had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
It was, but you know what? I came to the conclusion as I was trying to go to sleep this last night that after about 25 people, I mean, when you get to 25 people, you need to cut it off for what we were doing, so it's not jumping to other other pages and that kind of thing.
I mean, like you said last night, I mean, what's the chance you really need that many people anyway?
Right. For what we do.
I just thought it was cool. That's one reason.
It was real fun. And I think everybody had a good time. And
because we had people that were in totally different circles all around.
Right.
Yeah, it was good to network with and to meet other resellers. That was fun. It was almost like going to a meetup.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to do it maybe once a month, and just have everybody show up, and it doesn't even have to be live on YouTube.
Yeah.
It
could just be.
It was really fun to watch this morning. I'm like, oh, I missed all that fun. But
That's
I think
pretty,
there were a lot of
Bridget.
views of people just wanting to see who came on, and that was a lot of fun to watch too.
What was it, 12:30 when I finally shut it down last night? And there was still 22 people in the chat, in the YouTube chat.
Bridget, that dress that you just had up, that's pretty.
Thank you. I got this from a bulk box.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I was really impressed with the way that it handled it. I'm really impressed that Mike was on there and he was so clear from his desktop, and I think he was surprised too.
It is surprising because he has a really bad reception.
And you know what? I just think that Michelle, if you're listening, I love you, dear heart. I think Michelle just has terrible internet service. I mean, Zoom has increased her availability tremendously because she's so much clearer than she was before, but her sound still breaks up a lot.
Yeah, she needs a mic or something.
Yeah, it's hard to hear her.
She needs to go up a speed on her internet service.
No, she needs a mic.
She definitely needs a mic.
We had a mic last night. He was in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Nobody needs that mic, but we.
I think that's the first time I've seen him.
Oh, really?
I've seen him in chats before, but not on camera.
Right. Well, normally he's on a cell phone because he has to get on a cell phone and walk around outside to get a good system, a good service. But, it makes me really understand how much of a bandwidth hog Hangouts is.
Yeah.
Video streaming in general is that way.
Yeah, I know, but it just seems like Hangouts is terrible about it.
Yeah.
Bridget, what are you cackling about?
Mike, he goes, up yours, Bridget.
I think all the single dudes, you know what we can do one night? We can auction off all the single dudes called the single girls.
No.
We did that back in college. I was in a fraternity, and we auctioned off all the pledges and all the ladies were bidding on people. It was hilarious. It was a lot of fun.
Hi, Style for Life. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. Have a great day.
Oh my God, yeah, the adult kids stress you out way more than the little ones do, that's for sure.
But I did not realize that so many adults are, how do I say this nicely, obsessed with Disney World.
You want to know why? Because it's so much more fun to go without little kids.
I know me and my next door neighbor when I lived in Orlando, her husband, we had the annual passes, and her husband worked at the Living Seas. So she would get her passes and we were always having family, both of us, coming in, and we go to Disney World, and we never. Sometimes there were places that we didn't get to go on because, like, you know, you have a mother-in-law or an aunt that didn't want to go on that, so you get to sit there and watch the kids. And so me and Diana, we decided we're gonna get up at the crack of dawn. We're gonna get ourselves ready, and we're gonna go when the park opens, because we've never been when the park just opens.
Was
And
it rope drop?
we stayed until the very end to watch the fireworks, and we tried to go on everything at every park, and we almost did it. And that was like in the early 90s. But yeah, it was fun because it was just us. We went on Space Mountain, and we just did so. It was so cool.
I got to see the inside of Space Mountain. We were there and the weather got bad real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the rides. I don't know if they still do it, but back then this was probably, like you're talking about, it was probably early 90s, maybe even late 80s. And they had to stop it and turn the lights on inside.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. They'll turn the lights on.
And you would be amazed how close stuff going above your head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like, wow.
Yep.
Even
Yeah,
when I had gone, they had stopped the ride. It wasn't because of the weather, but they just stopped the ride because sometimes they do that, and they turned all the lights on, and I was like, oh my god.
Well, there's times that they'll do a lights on, and they'll do rides lights on for you. They have specials that they do, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, you're right. You look and you're like, oh my gosh, like when you go up the hill, the other thing is right there. And
yeah. I think if people saw that before they got on it, they probably wouldn't get on it.
Right.
Style for Life just got back from Disneyland.
That's where I'm going in December.
Did you go? Did you do the Star Wars thing?
It's just opened, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We were there about a little over a year ago, and they were just doing a lot of the construction on it.
But you know, so a lot of the YouTubers that I watch, they're not at Disney World. They got rid of a lot of stuff that they said they shouldn't have got rid of because they added all the Star Wars stuff and all this trendy stuff going on. And at Universal Studios, they got rid of a bunch of classic rides for Harry Potter Land, and they're like, they should have kept like Jaws at Universal instead of.
Oh God, don't get Tara going.
And kept back on the Harry Potter stuff.
They had a lot of problems with Jaws. A lot. I think what it was too much. Because I went on that ride twice. The first time, some of the stuff didn't work, and what did work was all the explosions and the fire. And I swear it was so hot that it actually singed the hair off my arm, off me and my ex-husband's arms. And then the second time, it was even hotter. And then they closed it, and it never opened again.
I didn't.
I didn't like Universal.
Do what?
I didn't like Universal at all.
I will. People that I know that have gone, they've gone. I went when it first opened up. Roberta and I went way back yonder when it first came open.
What year was that?
Back in 1996,
maybe 95, 96. And
you would have thought it was open. Yeah, but anyway.
Style for Life says you need to register to ride the Star Wars rides if you're interested.
Not any. That. Well, yeah, when they first opened. Not anymore though. They've opened it up.
Oh, do they?
I like the.
I had a lot of friends that have gone to Universal Studios with like older teenagers, 20-something-year-old kids, and they have a better time they want to go back to Disney. They don't want to go back to Universal because they've done everything at Universal.
Yeah, I didn't like Universal. It was I don't know. I just didn't like it. It's a lot of what do you call those rides? like simulator rides. A lot
Right.
of simulated rides.
Oh, I can't do those. They make me sick.
I really like the Soarin', and I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Those kind of that was incredible.
Oh yeah, I like Soarin'. And I loved Pandora, the Flight of Passage at Pandora. That was amazing.
Those were my two, but they were very similar in style. Maybe not the same thing, but they're similar in the way they worked. We were really lucky in Pandora. You know, we went a year ago, and it was like a 2-hour wait in line. But we stayed on property, and you get that extra hour or two that they leave the park open.
Yep.
And then we went and rode it. And we walked. It was still a wait, but it was like a 30-minute wait.
I got
Wait a minute. Excuse me. Let me interrupt just a second. Mike, I'm sorry that you were still a teenager in 1995. He says 1995, I was still a teenager, Tom. Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't. I was in my 30s. So I guess.
Was not. Mike. I think he's older than me.
Good morning, John Jones.
Because I had kids by 1995.
Yeah. They were building Epcot when I went the last time to Disneyland. And you had or Disney World, and you had to have tickets.
Wow.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, they were building Epcot when I went to Disney World.
Wow.
Tickets. You had to buy tickets for the individual rides. But
I remember when Fast Pass came out. I know that's not way back then, but I remember when it first came out.
Yep.
Shut it, Bridget, the crazy card said.
Well, geez, he's lying, everybody.
Yeah, let's see, when I went to Disney World, I was maybe 17.
I didn't think about that. I'm like 95. He was.
Or no, it must have been 16 because my dad let me drive some on the interstate, and I was not used to driving on the interstate. So it must have been about 16. Yeah, they were still building the dome when we were there, baby. Really.
That's crazy.
So when I was little, my parents took us to see the world's largest ball of string and the world's tallest man-made totem pole and the scissor capital of Kansas and awesome stuff like that.
And you loved it too, didn't you?
Yeah.
we never went on vacation when I was little. I think that's why I like to go so much now.
I was watching a video. It was a teenager was doing a class project, and the video was she was interviewing her grandfather, who actually went to the World's Fair that was in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
And the three spaceship looking things that they use in Men in Black. He remembered those when he was little, and I think he said he went up in them. I don't remember whether he did or not, but and he was talking about all the stuff that they had built that's no longer there, which is like in Knoxville. But I thought that was really interesting. They have that point of view on stuff like that. But yeah, Todd, I had one of those wheels and a stick that you'd roll down the street. That's kind of toys I had when I was little.
No, our biggest vacation we went on when I was young was to the 1962 World's Fair in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
That was a ride.
They built that Space Needle just for that fair. So it's been there since like 60, 61.
I think it was my aunt that said this, that they went to the World's Fair here in New York when the Beatles were playing at Shea Stadium.
Oh.
Cool. I don't watch Beatles.
Well, the old Shea Stadium, because they have a new one now, Citi Field.
On the way to the World's Fair, we stopped by Mount Rushmore.
Oh, that's cool.
then I went back last summer with Gwen and looked at it again, and it hadn't changed in 55 years, you know.
Well, they added another president, didn't they?
Yeah, they added Trump.
Not yet, but it's headed that direction.
Yeah.
And the top speed of 45 had to be exciting. God, Hank.
All right.
Yep.
Did you see that, Todd?
Mhm.
Hank said, and that top speed of 45 miles an hour had to be exciting.
Yeah. We rode in the back of it was just a very plain 1961 Chevy pickup with an aluminum camper on the back. And Dad threw a double bed mattress back there. And Mom and Dad rode in the front, and me and my brother in the back, no air conditioning, and we would fight. God.
But you had a hell of a good time, didn't you?
And, oh, yeah. We would look through the window up at Mom and Dad and just scream with tears running down our face and all bruised up because we've been fighting each other, you know. Get two growing boys that are ornery and coop them up in the back of a pickup going down
And they were 17 years old.
from Texas to Seattle, Washington and back, you know. Yeah, I got tired of my big brother.
Did you have any sisters?
No, just me and my bro.
Well, now you have lots of them.
Yeah.
And I know my parents are up there just ignoring us because there's the camper window and the cab pickup back window. And they would turn around and look back at us about once every 3 hours to make sure we were still alive.
And there was that like 1 inch of airspace between the bed and the window of the truck. And
Yeah, they couldn't hear us banging on that window. Oh, let us out, let us out. He's killing me.
My dad, when we went on vacation, if we had to drive anywhere and any of my brothers acted up, he had his arm links. I mean, he didn't even look. His arm went back and bam, right in the head. And he was like, shut up.
Well, Todd, at least it wasn't one of those station wagons that had the seat in the back that faced towards the back of the station wagon. Back.
Oh my God, my aunt had one of those. My brothers would fight over who would sit back there.
My mom and dad had one. Actually, I took my driver's test and it was a 1970 Kingswood station wagon. And it had the third seat, but it faced forward. And we would fight over who got to sit in the back because you'd take a blanket and a pillow and get back on the back seat, go to sleep.
And didn't they typically fold down into the floor?
Yeah.
You could make it like a panel van in the back sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time you can fold down all the back seats and, put a sheet of plywood back there.
I remember my little league baseball coach had one of those, and he would put the whole team in that thing. There were like 10 of us, 10 or
No seat
12
belts.
of us, and
Did y'all
baseball
go,
bats and mitts and catcher's equipment stacked everywhere.
Did y'all go to the circus?
Circus. It was a circus riding that station wagon.
But that was when cars were made of steel, not
Plastic.
aluminum and plastic.
Uh-oh. I don't hear that pronunciation very often.
Aluminium. I just thought I'd throw that out and see if I heard anybody say anything.
He's
in high
advertising for our British subscribers.
And that's like garage.
Yeah. I in high school I dated a girl that was from over there, and it was garage and boot, garage for the garage, the boot and the bonnet for the trunk and the thing. Aluminium was the one that always got me. I'm like, no, it's aluminum. Come on.
Yeah. When we went on the cruise 2 years ago, there was a girl from South Africa, and she has sort of a British accent. I mean, actually, she sounded more Australian than she did British. And I said, what are those cans made out of that you drink beer out of? And she said, aluminum. I said, oh, yeah, I was trying to get you to see if you was going to say aluminium. She says, only those damn Brits say aluminium. But yeah, you know, they made cars back then. They don't make them now like that. You take a 1976 Pontiac and you can drive over a Mercedes Benz and crush it like a tin can.
I have a question. Are all returns on eBay now just automatically approved by eBay?
I think so.
Are you?
Because I get a thing that says respond to return requests, and you look at it and it doesn't give you a way to
respond?
decline a return or just.
Do you offer free returns?
No.
Oh,
I don't either. But usually, if it's an item that is described, they automatically just.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, because
you get into the clinic.
There's times that I will make a mistake in packing an item and it breaks on the way there, and I don't want it back.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just refund the buyer and go on, but you don't have that option.
No. Yeah, I know. Me too. I'd rather just refund. Move on.
Maggie, you on the way to the clinic? I'll be glad when you get that cleared up so you don't have to go every Thursday. She volunteers at a health clinic where she lives at.
Yeah, sometimes like hoping she can't volunteer anymore.
No, I was just no, I was just making a joke, you know.
No.
Down here, clinic, when you say the clinic, that means some kind of Yankee. It has the overtones of a clinic up north where they treat you for all kinds of funky diseases and stuff like that.
Oh, and only Yankees have that, right?
Yeah, only Yankees have that.
You're dang right.
We go to the doctor down here.
I go to a doctor here too.
Good morning, Rump Stump. It was great meeting you last night. There's a link in the chat if you want to visit.
Hey,
James,
Bridget, how come the speed limits are 55 maximum all over New England?
I don't know. Ours are 65.
Ooh.
What are yours?
Young trader.
If we can't drive 80 miles an hour in Texas, there's no point in driving. Speed limits are all at least 70, and most of them are 75, and so everybody drives 80.
No, the maximum here in New York is 65. I believe.
It's crazy, man. You go, okay, it's so many miles from here to here, and you start driving, and then about 150 hours later, you finally get there.
Because Cuomo wants to catch us to have us pay more taxes if he needs to.
485 that circles Charlotte is 70 miles an hour. Except during the hours of 3 and 6. And most of the time, the speed limit's going to be about 5 miles an hour. Because somebody's going to have a freaking wreck when everybody's trying to get home and back the traffic up.
It's faster in Texas because you have so far to go across the state. You got to go faster.
Well, if that's the case, then Tennessee should be about 90 then. Because I swear it takes you, if you hit I-40 coming out of North Carolina, it seems like it takes 2 days to get to
oh my God, Georgia's
Mississippi
the
River.
worst.
Do what?
Georgia's the worst. Seems like
our state capital, which is Montgomery, and it's about an hour south of me. And I hate going down there. That's where my parents live. I go down there to visit. You come down 65, which is the main north-south interstate, and you hit 85, which goes over towards Atlanta. And you go from 65, where people are driving, like you're talking about, Tom, 75, 80 miles an hour, and you get down to 85, and and the speed limit across there is 55. It's the only one that I've ever noticed that way in town. And it's been that way since the 80s. Never changed.
Yeah, that was. I remember. I remember when I was a young man when they raised the speed limit from 55 to 60 in South Carolina. Which nobody, you know, like my dad, he was used to driving 70 on the interstates, and then they knocked it down to 55, and he had a lot of choice words to say about that. So I don't think anybody ever really drove 55 on the interstates.
Nobody really drives 65 either. I mean, here we do 80, 85. But I guess
back when Roberta and I went to Universal Studios, and we went down there for a shuttle launch. One of her coworkers had a project that was going up on the shuttle, and he got us some passes. So we went down there for that, but we went to Universal. We rented an Oldsmobile. I mean, I'm talking about a Paw Oldsmobile, like I think it was a 98 or, you know, that model. Not that year, but that model. Big old huge thing. And we spent the weekend down there and was headed back to Charlotte, and we were kind of depressed about coming back, not because we were in the happiest place on earth, because it was 78 down there and it was 13 in Charlotte. They had an Arctic snap come through. But anyway, two purple-haired old ladies came up behind me, and I'm running 80, trying to stay up with traffic. These two old ladies came up behind me in a big old Cadillac, and right up on my bumper, and all of a sudden she snatched it over into the other lane, and she was gone. And Roberta said, maybe we ought to get over on another highway. Somebody's going to run over us. But they do that. Was it I-4 coming out of Orlando towards
oh gosh, yeah,
95? I thought you didn't drive down there, Bridget.
I went in a car once.
You did it once and you don't do it no more?
Oh, we drove to Florida once. Me,
Okay.
the kids, and the kid's dad, and yeah, him and I didn't get along very well after that.
All right, guys, I got to run. We got our 9 o'clock start, and I just got a link. So,
Okay.
Let me join in.
Bye.
Thanks again for all you helped me with last night.
It was everybody. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun. So have a good day. I'll talk to you after a while.
Bye-bye.
Hey. Hey, the Lyft guy, Chris.
Uh-huh. Good morning, Chris.
I didn't say anything to you, Tom. I said, hey.
You
said, uh-huh.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm kind of dragging today.
I can tell you are not with it.
Well, you know, I've done morning shows and night shows for like the last 3 nights, messing with this damn software or this program, whatever you want to call it. But it's been worth it. I've enjoyed messing with it. So. Then when our girl Valerie finally gets off of vacation and she gets back, then we'll have to get her going, because if they drop Hangouts August the 1st, she's going to have to get on board with something real fast, like.
Right.
I'm still not convinced paying the fee monthly for Zoom is going to be worth it. Of course, I'm a tightwad. I don't like spending money on anything.
But you know what? When you're paying for it, then you can call and bitch about something if it starts acting up.
Wow.
But you know, so far everything seems to be working fine, and that's what I want. I don't want any aggravation. I just want it to work like it's supposed to be. And sometimes when you get what you pay for, and if you're getting it for free, then you get that crap.
He has a little friend.
This is my shadow. I can't go anywhere without her supervision.
Hank says, I spy a so cutie.
She's my little micromanager. Mm-hmm.
Aww, how cute.
Is she kind of old?
Yeah, she's getting up there. She's about 10.
Because it looks like from the camera she's getting a little of that off colored around her muzzle and stuff.
Yeah. And I have another one that the other one's very independent, complete opposite of this one.
Baby, I hope you're getting warm under that light that does not throw out heat.
I got a 30-pounder sitting on my feet right now.
Pick her up. We want to see.
My mother-in-law has a Rottweiler that it was being abused and she took it in, and
Aw.
she took her to she got her, the doctor said you need to feed her and give her meds and stuff like that to get her all straightened out. And then when she took her back, she's like, you got to quit feeding this dog all the time, because she looked like a little walking tick. And she's a big old dog, and her head must be that wide. But she wants to sit on your foot. If you're standing in their house and you stand still, she'll come over and sit down on your foot.
Aww.
She's the best old thing. And my father-in-law, he talks about all these daggum dogs we got, because Roberta's sister has like 5, and but yet the Rottweiler will get up on the couch beside him and lay down, and he grumbles for a minute, and then he reaches over and pats her on the head. She's a good dog. Oh, Hank, what are you going on about, girl?
Hank needs to come in here.
She won't, and I wish she would. If she'd get up at a reasonable time,
She'll come in if
makeup
it's
done.
on live. She will not come on live.
Yeah. You can put a tape over your cam or something.
Or just do the crab.
Do the crab.
Put it on your dogs, the camera.
A reasonable time. Yeah, Hank's up early. She's usually up chatting with me.
Yeah, because her husband's in construction, so he has to get up, especially this time of year, and he's in the asphalt business. They have to get up. My experience from dealing with, the construction people is during the summer months, they want to be on the job site ready to go as soon as first light hits, because they can try to get their hours in before it gets hot.
Yeah.
Because asphalt work is hot business as it is, just because of the heat of the asphalt.
I worked up a sweat shipping, man. That's pretty sad.
Oh, yeah. How many did you get going out today?
I had 3, but one was like a whole set of glassware. So.
Oh, yeah.
How many you got going out, Bridget?
I think I have 10.
10.
How many?
I think 10.
It was probably 15.
Oh God, she's gonna have to bump it up, or she's not gonna have any money to spend at Disneyland.
Yep.
And get her one of those $12 hot dogs out there.
Oh my God. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I'm watching some of the videos I've watched of Disney World. There's this family called EECC Travel, and they do a lot of cruising and a lot of Disney type stuff. The father said, they were going into some quick serve restaurant where they have like hot dogs and hamburgers and whatnot. And he said that they were, waiting in line to get in, and this guy walked by and he said, unless you're really hungry, he said, get one hot dog and cut it in 2 or 3 pieces, because it will be plenty. Time you get all the toppings and stuff on it. And you get French fries and they have twin boys, and they got a hamburger, and they ended up splitting it between the 2 of them because it was so, it was big. It was a lot of food.
Do they let you bring food in? I don't think they do. Do they?
Do they what?
Let you bring your own snacks.
You can bring stuff into the parks. You can't bring ice anymore. It has to be just like ice packs. You can't bring loose ice, but you can bring snacks in.
Hi, Harlan.
Good morning, Harlan. Junk trader. Yeah, Bridget's got to get on it, or she's gonna be starving to death when she's out there. Because you know her food budget's going to be going towards buying. Oh my God, that's so cute! I got to have it. Another pin or another shirt.
Pin.
Another set of ears.
All right.
Which the people are some of the EECC travel. She makes a set of ears for every day. She makes her own ears.
Mhm.
And she has a set for every day, different. And they went at Christmas time, and so she had a lot of Christmassy looking ones.
My daughter makes her own ears.
I love YouTube. Yeah, Hank. But you know, a lot of people, they're like, I'm not spending that kind of money in an amusement park and stuff like that. That's part of the fun of it. You know, I know there's people that truly cannot afford it. They can afford to get into the park and, you know, have some drinks and stuff like that. But when it comes down to heavy eating, they can't afford it. And I understand that.
We always go in September and we get the free dining plan.
Just because you're too damn cheap,
It's a good deal.
you know, that's different. Julie says, Bridget, are you still after that Haunted Mansion purse? I heard they were spotted at the warehouse.
You what?
Julie said, Bridget, are you still after that Haunted Mansion purse? And then she continues, I heard they were spotted at the warehouse.
What?
I will hunt it down for you again.
Thank
Laugh
you.
out loud.
Yeah, I wanted it so bad, but then when you told me the price, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, I can't.
Well, what was it?
Like $300.
No, I'm talking about, is it just a purse with the Haunted Mansion on it, or is it shaped
Yeah,
like the Haunted Mansion?
It's a Junie. Yeah, she was gonna get it for me, but I just slept on it, and I'm like, I really can't.
Well, once they're all sold out, you'll never be able to get another one.
Well, that's what happened when we went to the park. They came out with them, and they were sold out within an hour.
The resellers grab them. Yeah, if I lived near Disney, that would be a very lucrative business, I think. Getting in there and getting that stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad. It's probably a blessing I don't live near there.
No,
Well,
you'd be making a ton. You'd make enough to pay your own.
It would come in the front door and go into her Disney room.
Yeah,
It
that's
would go
true.
out the back door.
Well, you just have to say one for me, and then the rest.
There you go. Yeah, that's easier said than done. Looks like somebody's at my door.
Moving this around because I don't think. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize that there were so many designers that make specialty purses for Disney. Ann Eckhart, she bought. I can't remember what it was a famous designer. They had a whole series or line of clothing that they had made especially for Disney World. And I'm thinking, my God.
LuLaRoe does.
Yeah, a lot of clothing. The purses were really
that do it.
They're expensive enough. Just the brand is expensive, and then you slap the damn Disney.
Coach makes Disney purses. Dooney and Bork make Disney purses.
No, it was a lady's name.
Huh?
It was a lady's name.
Kate Spade.
That's it.
Yep.
Hank, you'll get your hot glue gun. You're gonna make Bridget a purse.
That's right. All the crafters needs to make Bridget something for Christmas for that's Disney related.
You would get some.
And then she has to open up every box on a live.
Yeah, if you go there a lot, you need to do annual pass and get tables in Wonderland. That's the only way you're gonna, He will do it affordable.
Well, there's a video about a guy who was talking about could you live in Disney World all year round, and he had broke down about the hotels, and you would get the season pass and to maximize savings and all that kind of stuff. And he was talking about there's like 4 or 5 different season passes.
I want to live on a cruise ship. Let's do that instead.
Yes, I'm going to Disneyland in December.
Oh, what was that?
Look at this package I'm sending out. I got to cover up the address. Look at all those stamps.
I want, why
Are those
Open
postal stamps?
Yeah.
you're trying to use up your stamps?
I get them at auctions. I buy
Oh.
people's stamp collections, and at the auctions I get them for like $5 or $6. And then there's tons of stamps that are never used, and you can just put them on your package.
What if one of them is like collectible or worth it? Do you check?
I
them?
look at them, but
I just know one with an upside down airplane is worth a lot of money. That's all I know.
yes, yeah.
That's
We
what my man told me.
But somebody is getting this package.
and it's a special package just from the stamps on the front of it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
decorated. And there's going to be a postal employee now. It's got to add up all that postage to make sure it's.
No,
right.
I just tell her, because we're friends, and I'll just say there's
Yeah.
28.34 cent stamps on there. And she'll just stamp them all and then print the tracking number and stuff.
When I find them, I mean, I've got a couple of rolls of forever stamps here that we keep, but the other ones I usually donate to the private school that the boys went to. Because our forever stamps, these 2 rolls that I've got, which one of them's a partial roll, they'll last us forever because we don't melt.
Right.
We don't.
I got a Rubbermaid bin full of stamps at one of the auctions just recently, and I think I paid $20 for it, and I got $185 worth of stamps in there. So it pays for itself.
Hank says the people are probably going to faint. They know you're using their stamp collection.
And I
Yeah.
usually don't do eBay packages. I won't do eBay packages like this. Like this is going to somebody.
Yeah, especially if it's a stamp collector that gets it. They'll be like, oh, this is a sin.
I know, right? Probably.
I've sold stamps to like a roll of stamps to storage facilities. Like I go in there and they'll say, "Did you find anything good?" And I say, "Well, I found a few things, and I found a couple of roll of stamps. Will you want to sell it?" Well, sure. I'll even discount it for you. Here's a roll of stamps. Give me 20. I'll be good.
There's a guy that goes to the post office I go to, and he sells on eBay, and that's all he does. And what he'll do is, though, he won't weigh it at home and get the price like I do and put the stamps on. He will stand at the counter with his 5 packages, and he'll have her weigh them, and then he'll put the stamps on one by one right there at the counter. Oh, it annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah, that would annoy everybody.
Like, move on, buddy. We call him Underwear Joe because his underwear always showing.
Oh, y'all are harsh. Dang.
So,
You Yankees are mean.
Oh, it's all about the Yankees. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Tom.
I know. John never says a harsh word about anybody.
I don't.
Oh, yes. Don't even try.
I don't have a mouth. I'm quiet.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Hank. She
Oh.
said those poor people probably faint to think of you actually using their stamp collection. I think Bridget's savvy enough. Hey, Soulless Trenchcoat. I think Bridget's savvy enough to know that she needs to scan over those stamps before she starts sticking them on packages.
Oh, yeah, I check them. But
Most
I'm
of them are
really-
not.
to be honest with you, stamps aren't really that. There's no real market anymore for them.
Yeah, I got a bunch with some other stuff I was trying to get, and I was looking to sell them, and I was like, by the time I take pictures of all these, because I is.
Yeah, it's
I
tight.
gave them to my mailman. I'm like, here, he
One of
likes
the-
that stuff.
One of the other people that I know that buy storage lockers like I do, you know, the crappy ones, they have a couple of stamp collectors that they sell directly to, and he's like, it's not much, but it's more than the stamp value, you know, of posting it on a letter or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But this one guy said, you know, we don't mail anything. We pay all our bills, you know, electronically.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would not go into a post office if I wasn't involved in this business here.
Right. Oh yeah, I wouldn't. I'm gonna put a couple Disney stickers on here so this person knows who it's from.
Bye, Maggie. Love you, mean it. Bye. Okay, everybody harmonize now. Bye.
Oh my word. We'll break this. You don't want me saying.
She is the sweetest thing. At least online.
She is.
You know, get behind closed doors. She probably beats up Michael.
Doesn't beat
Like
up
Bridget does Chris. And
Yeah.
Tara does Jim.
Oh my word.
Gwen does Todd. Now, Gwen doesn't abuse Todd. She gets him where it hurts. She gets him in the wallet. Take me on another vacation. The whole time Todd was gone, we were like, oh God, he's probably having the worst time because Gwen's making him
Same
spend
face
money.
in every picture. He's like,
They look so cute together.
They did. It looked like they were so happy.
Gwen did anyway.
Yeah. Todd was doing a fake smile because he just spent $100 to go out on a whale watching expedition.
Yeah.
He's a good old boy, though. What can you say? Good old cowboy. So you going to any auctions this weekend, Bridget?
Yes, sir.
Buy me something.
I sure am. You need to start going.
I think we're talking about going tomorrow night.
Let me look. 28226. Let's see.
Auctions are the best. I'm hooked.
Do you see how I just come up with that zip code right away now?
I know. That
Yeah.
was good.
She's always looking.
I'm always looking at Tom's area.
I think what she does is she memorizes people's zip codes so she can go in there and go to like Craigslist 28226. Oh my God, there's a ballerina mini, you know,
Yeah.
for $9.95. Tom, go get this for me.
That's a great idea, though.
Dip it.
Tom.
Well, you know, the guy that used to be on that thrifting TV show that lives out in Vegas.
Oh gosh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. He was on Scott's show one night, and he was talking about now because he collects the real tiki mugs. You know what I'm talking about.
Are y'all talking about me?
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the other old
We
guy.
were talking about you.
But he said if you find anything, send pictures to this email address.
Hmm.
And some of his I guess fellow collectors of tiki mugs were like, you got to quit doing that. You're going to mess up the market. And he's like, no. He says, I've got 10,000 people looking for me mugs now. He says, you know, and they're going to contact me and I can say, oh, I've already got that one. Thanks. Or that's a fake, or that's a reproduction or whatnot. And that's the way to do it. If you're collecting something.
What are you doing? What's going on? What trouble are you getting into? Now they're kind of looking for trouble to get my attention away from this. I'm hearing noises. What did you do? Probably don't want to know. The soulless trenchcoat said he's only mailed a letter once in his whole life. He must be a youngin'.
He must be young.
Yeah, because I remember walking to the mailbox every day.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing how many, because I live in a college town, how many college kids come with things they have to mail and they have no clue how to address a letter. None.
And they're probably like, okay, now what do I do with it? Yeah. Where does it go?
They have no idea.
Funny.
I've got a fountain pen, and I mean one of the real ones that you have to pull the little lever up and suck the ink up into. And I like to use that when I'm signing letters and whatnot. And the elementary school at the private school that the boys went to, one of the teachers that I know, because her son was on the track team with Sasha, she said, "Could you come in here one day and just demonstrate this to the kids?" And I'm like, "Sure." Are we talking about kindergartners? And she said, "No, we're talking fourth graders." So I took it in there, and I showed them how you had to fill the ink and how you had to hold the pen the right width and whatnot. And they were like, "Oh, that's so cool." And they said, and I wrote my name out when I'm using that pen. I get real curly cued with the letters and whatnot.
Cursive, yeah.
And they're like, "That is so cool. How did you do that?" Well, that's called cursive. Don't y'all learn how to write in cursive anymore?
Nope.
My grandma used to teach that. I have all of her charts.
Hey, Tom, you live near Marshville?
Yeah, it's relatively close.
Bridget found you an auction.
I did.
She's going down the rabbit hole.
I know, she loves me. Bridget has a love-hate relationship with me because I can say something and she'll like start clicking away. We know, okay, she's going down the hole.
This is one I would go to for sure.
Which one is it?
Halls.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
It's is it today? It's today at 7:30.
Oh my.
And it's in Marshall?
Yeah. Tell your boys to get their own ride home. Dad's going to an auction.
Are you looking at Auction Zip or?
Yeah. I'm looking at the pictures.
Okay, so much. Nanya. Tessa, Nanya.
What?
Resale Tessa, she lives in Monroe. She lives about 40 minutes away from me. Tessa is one of the ones I had lunch with. Valerie's daughter, Tessa, and
It's a good auction. I mean, it's one I would enjoy going to. It's a lot of older things. It's just a variety.
I'll check it out. See if Roberta let me go tonight.
Huh?
I said I'll check it out.
You better. I'm not looking for my health, you know.
I know. I just.
You gotta do it. You just gotta do it.
It just seems like I go in all of these thrift stores because we have a bazillion of them here in town, and I guess I'm dense and don't see what other people see. But
Honestly, I'll be completely 100% honest with you. I don't find much at thrift stores at all around here. Not at all.
Tessa, she finds all kinds of stuff.
But I love auctions.
What was that?
Is it Todd or his dog?
Oh, it's his dog.
Does that sausage smell good? Hmm?
Apparently.
That sausage right there, you want a bite?
Aw.
Okay.
Who is it?
That's Jenny. My sausage is her sausage.
I'm not touching that one.
I'm not saying anything.
I know what you're thinking.
Are you? Hey, there's a snow blade. Oh, you're not up. You're not down here. I started saying there's a snow blade, like for pushing snow from with the front of your truck. I thought you need that. You could go into business with Nikki. Actually, that's a blade for a lawn tractor. I like the clock.
Y'all ever sell model trains?
So what?
Model trains?
Yeah, sometimes.
There's a Facebook ad for some G scale.
What is that?
Well,
Yeah, there's G scale.
N scale is really small and HO scale is fairly small. And then you have like the old fashioned Lionels that are, what are those? They're kind of your standard size. And then there's this G scale, which is pretty darn large.
I don't think I've ever had G scale.
Like if you get like a train car in a box, it's almost the size of a shoebox.
Wow.
Just one car. Anyway, there's a Facebook marketplace. Guy has maybe 10 cars and some track and stuff for sale. I asked him how much for all of it, and he said, you just need to come look and make me an offer. I don't have a set price. So I'm like, it's a 40-minute drive.
Oh, okay. I mean, obviously you've looked up comps.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over the place.
You have kind of an idea.
Some of the cars
Oh, that's
in
not-
boxes sell for around $40 for one.
Did he put any prices in the ad at all? Like, so you have an
No.
idea? No, you have no idea what he
He
wants.
just, well, how do you screen share on this?
Go to the bottom where it says share.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry, that came off.
No, it came out the exact way it needed to come out.
Let me see if I can find it on her.
Pull it up. Oh, you looking?
Yeah, I'll get there eventually.
Just
Hang
go
on.
to the page and then go down to share, and it'll show you all the things that you can share, screen share. And your
Let's
page, that
see.
page will be there.
Like you can share on your phone.
Yeah.
That's how I do what I solds now.
I saw your what I sold. That looks really good.
Thank you.
Good morning. Be the difference.
Okay, share.
Jenny's his dog, Hank. That's his baby girl.
Can you see that?
Not yet. Yep. Oh, okay.
Now you took over the screen.
Okay, these are,
Engines, truck, new.
these boxes are about the size of a shoebox. These are a large scale.
Yeah, I've never sold anything like that.
There's a locomotive. There's some car boxes. There's a complete starter set.
Wow.
How much does that sell for?
I don't know. I didn't look up the starter set. I looked at a few of the cars. It looks like some of them run on rechargeable batteries. Look at these.
Those are huge ass batteries.
I know. These are big trains.
Oh, that's a big locomotive up at the top. Wow.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Can you click on his name and see what else he's selling? Like what kind of things he sells or buys or what kind of prices?
I think this is just a one-off.
Yeah.
This is our local county Facebook buy sell page.
Hmm.
Thank
I
you,
asked him,
Bridget.
What?
asked him how much for all, and he said, I have no set price. I will let the buyer come and see what's here and then make an offer.
Hmm.
But I hate to drive 40 miles and he tells me, oh, I need $700. You know, I'm not going to spend that much.
Bridget, Tessa said, I don't know, Tom. You might have some competition tonight. That auction looks really promising. Or that auction looks promising.
I would say he'd probably want at least 400, 500 maybe.
What's the brand on them?
I already X'd out of it. Hang on.
Oh, never mind.
LGB Layman, Lehmann. Uh-oh.
Get it? Holy freaking hell.
What?
Some people want a lot of money for these.
Go, Todd, go.
Well, like this 3019 one that was in the picture that sold for like 50, 55. In the box, it sold for 70, 55.
If he tells everybody the same thing, you're probably the only one who's going to actually show up. You know what I mean? If he tells everybody, oh, come look.
I wish I knew what that big one at the top, what number that one was. That was huge.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm looking at solds, and there's a Tootsie Roll, a Tootsie Roll tank car that sold for $75.
I mean, there's a Lehman LGB 2080 steam locomotive G-scale for 150. The trolley car sold for 90.
Wow.
Wow, there's another one.
Your buzzard. I like your name.
Unital Railway Company, number 51, Mallet steam locomotive, $495.
Here's the LGB Lehman Gross Bond 2119D Lake George builder. The engine in a coal car, and it sold for $289.
Yeah.
Some of it, they're like all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
People love trains.
With everything that you see there in that picture you showed us, I would probably offer them 300 and I would go up to probably 450.
Oh my God, they have the Disneyland train.
Stop it. I know.
2005 Disneyland train railroad. Oh, it's just a catalog. Sorry, never mind. Catalog Disney LGB 20 pages, $15. Yeah, here's another an engine. It's oh, this one's made in Germany. It must be made in Germany. It was $107 at auction.
Morning, Val. All right, I got to get off here and get to work. I'm not going to get anything done sitting here.
Well,
That's the problem. Yeah.
at 11 o'clock, which will be 2 hours, I'm killing it. Because I got to get some stuff done.
Yeah, I got to get stuff done. So I will talk to y'all later.
All righty.
Bye. Todd, keep us posted, please.
Well, okay.
I was getting breakfast. Keeping us posted on what?
He showed us a lot of train stuff on his Facebook marketplace.
Yeah.
A lot of people are into trains, and they do, what is that called? Railing, where they go and watch the trains.
Yeah.
Fan railing, I think it's called.
I have an uncle-in-law that does that. He'll especially now with digital, and he's got one of the really nice high-end digital cameras, he'll sit there and take 1,000 pictures. And then goes through and culls out the ones he wants to keep.
It's trash day here, so I probably should just go. Because all hell's about to break loose. The dogs are going to bark. I'm going to yell.
Good morning, Texas Val. Did you just get up?
Our trash usually gets picked up at like 7:30 in the morning. So it's like already done.
Yeah.
I'm not, at this time, I'm not planning on it, Texas Val. Why?
Because we all want to join the party that we missed last night.
Oh, she was on. She came in last night.
Oh,
Good
fun.
morning, old beer buzzard.
Well, you have to sell then, Beer Buzzard. I was sell online maybe. It's a lot easier.
Oh, that's right. It's 8 o'clock your time, so that's 9 o'clock my time, isn't it? Texas is 1 hour behind, or is Texas 2 hours behind? I don't remember. If this room has nothing but glass all the way around it because it's a sunroom. If I had a wall big enough, I'd like to get a map with the time zones on it, and then start putting pins in. This is Bridget. This is Todd.
Valerie had talked about doing that, chick picker, for the group, like posting something in the Facebook group.
Well, on your phone, there is a clock, and it does have, most of them do have global times.
Well, they would just look good.
Because I have, because like with my friend Anthony, who lives in Australia, I need to know what time it is.
Well, usually it's a roughly 12 hours difference.
Well, it's opposite. So like 7 o'clock in the morning for him is nighttime.
Yeah.
He's ready to go to bed.
Hi, thrifty picker. That sounds like a big job.
Oh, God.
Have string on your face. You've been tearing up your toys again.
There's string on my face?
I think you're talking about Jenny.
No.
This is Bonnie.
Oh.
No, Bonnie, the big dog that was laying on his feet.
No, that was Izzy. But now Bonnie is too. They're like,
How many dogs do you have?
He has 3. He's got Izzy, Jenny, and Bonnie.
feels like 28.
Bonnie's the bigger dog that he plays tug of war with, and Izzy is the pug, and Jenny's the Boston Terrier.
Which one is it that stays in there with you and snores?
Jenny.
Well, there's 2 of them that snore.
No, that's just breathing when he eats something.
That's Izzy.
Uh-huh.
Izzy. Aw.
Izzy.
Hi, sweetie.
Pugs don't listen.
Yeah, obviously.
She's half deaf and all blind anyway.
Aw.
Bonnie, come here. Bonnie, come here. What are you doing? Come here. Come over here.
Why? What did I do?
Stupid dog.
He's like, oh, hell no.
Bonnie,
I'm not coming over.
come here.
Oh.
That's Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. Oh.
She tears up every toy she gets. Her,
No.
it doesn't matter how new the toy is. She can get the squeaker out of it in about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sammy does that, our pug.
Bonnie, what are you doing? Arr, arr,
Oh, sweet.
arr, arr, arr.
Joe Todd just hates the dogs.
Yeah. Obviously.
Hey, Pat.
Arr,
He's my neighbor.
I'm glad Pat D72 is in the chat. I'm glad you came over last night. It was a lot of fun. Y'all were a hoot.
I got your nose. I got your nose.
Cool, Karen.
Yeah,
I know that was a lot of hassle.
They
Oh, you're biting my hand.
serve it right away. Actually, I didn't even call.
You're biting my hand. What are you doing?
Todd, when are you going to get you a couple more?
He still didn't show us the third one.
And the kittens. What happened to the kittens?
Jenny's probably sleeping somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like 58 cats outside.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you didn't like do anything bad to them.
No, I think we got a place to take them now if we can catch them.
Todd,
Just keep
What?
them.
Texas Val says you need some grandkids now. What you need
Yeah,
is
dude.
some more mouths to feed.
Yep.
He has kitty cats.
My oldest is at the dentist right now. First time in like 10 years he's going to a dentist. I know they're going to come down with thousands of dollars he has to pay.
Hey!
Bless you.
My son, my middle son, he and Sergey had dentist appointments yesterday, and nobody had any issues except Vanya's got a wisdom tooth. They said it's getting a little dark spot on, and maybe we need to revisit it in December when they go back for their next 6 months and see whether or not they need to take it out or not. I'm like, dude, you gonna have that full-time job by? He's like, no, I'll probably just be graduated.
You could postpone it until the job comes.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna probably do.
I'm like, if it doesn't hurt, we're not going.
But we're trying to get all that kind of stuff taken care of before they start doing it on their own. And I said, no, just because you're grown up and you're going to probably be moving out on your own and that kind of stuff. That doesn't mean that you can get rid of Cozy, which is our family calendar. And
Who has a low battery?
my phone here.
Well, plug it in.
I thought it was saying feel better. Feel better.
I
like,
did
I'm gonna
too.
take
And then I was like,
Other
wait a
one,
minute.
plug it into the put it in the cradle. But I told them they can't get rid of Cozy because they got because like their passport, I have scheduled it in 10 years that they need to reapply.
I think someone's trying to get in.
It is. It's silver hair.
uh-oh. So that's what it looks like when someone's trying to come in.
Yeah, it's like a flashing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably be getting text messages all afternoon from Deb and Bridget saying, "Have you got that list fixed up yet?"
So what do you need for that? Or email?
For my regular people, I can go in and I can create a list, and they can they don't have to stop and knock. They just when they hit the button, they come directly in.
Well, what do you need for that? Just
That's what I was asking.
I've got to go in and see what I need. So y'all might get text messages from me or whatnot.
yeah, just message us on Messenger.
Because it's not like y'all ever not around Messenger.
Yeah.
I picked up when I was taking them to the dentist appointment yesterday afternoon because in case there's a bill, I'm the one that's got to pay for it. My phone was going ding, 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 and Sergey says, "Who was blowing up your phone?" I said, "The girls."
Your work wives.
The girls.
The girls. Because I'm old enough to be all of them's daddy.
Mm-mm.
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 Well, almost.
Almost.
Some of them I'm old enough to be their grandfather.
Nope. Not here.
Yeah, not here either.
Not even the dad.
Well, I'd have been 12 when you was born.
Yeah, Deborah and
I'm
I.
54.
In Alabama, that's dad material there.
At 12? Oh,
Sad and disgusting.
oh my word.
Well, I'm not in Alabama. I'm in North Carolina.
You just
The
insulted
Herald.
the whole state.
Val says that y'all the Herald.
The harem.
Yeah. And she also said I wasn't old enough to be your dad, her daddy.
My husband might not agree to that, but
I'm not. Kim Cooncat said, "Are you guys doing this tomorrow?" I don't know. I can't because my wife works from home on Fridays, and she and I share the sunroom, so I don't do Fridays. Somebody probably will.
Deb.
I don't know. I don't.
Or Sally, just depending. Has anybody talked to Sally? He was feeling puny yesterday, or was that day before?
Her tummy was bothering her.
Yeah. Sweet daddy time for all. That's right. Just remember it, Father's Day and Christmas. I've got all the junk I can stand, so if you just want to send cash,
Back again?
that's good. Dear sweet daddy, happy Father's Day. Here's a $100 bill for you. Then get my little pen out and make sure it's good. Oh Lord. You gotta love Hank.
Oh my gosh.
Of course we love Hank.
She says, sweet daddy Tom for all.
Except for Todd. I don't think Todd wants a sweet daddy Tom.
Todd's older than I am by a year. Because Jim Cooncat says it's going to rain, so my carpentry will be on hold.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain tonight.
Todd has a sweet daddy Carl.
You have a sweet daddy what?
Oh yeah, that's right.
How's
You're
Carl?
talking about my friend Carl?
Yeah, we miss hearing about Carl.
Estate Carl.
Welcome to the estate sale.
Hey Lori. Oh, what am I saying? Hey Lori. She just pinged in on the Facebook Messenger. Need to shut my phone off and let it sit and clear all the registers out on it. But anyhow, if y'all didn't catch the 34 people in one chat last night,
That was good. That was fun.
it was a hoot.
You'll get a lot of views on that. That was fun to watch.
And I didn't have to say a lot. Because you know what? There are some people in that group that talk more than I do. Isn't that right, Deb?
And everybody pretty much behaved themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I was
before we
waiting
went
for
on.
one to come in.
That's what I was saying before we went on air this morning, that everybody, let everyone talk. It wasn't like everybody was talking all at the same time.
Yeah.
So it worked out really well. And I think we've come to the conclusion that it's great for, if you wanted to have
Up to 25, right?
Yeah, up to 25, or even if you had like 10 people in a group, it didn't seem to drag, and it would work out really good for that. But it was really fun. I mean, all the people in there, and it was like having a party. Which Craig said because somebody, people would want to get it, would be knocking, and I would not see the door because I've got all this crap going on the screen.
Yeah.
Craig would say, "Okay, it's $9.95 to get in to this."
There you go. Cover charge. Uh-oh. Oh, my battery's
Yeah,
running.
I was thinking about that, Hank, because at Christmas time, I'd like to have just like on an odd night, just have everybody. Let's have like a little reseller party. People come and go, that type of thing.
Yeah, that would be good.
Kind of do, since everybody's scattered across the country, and it's kind of impossible to see it. To get together for something like that.
Well, who was it last night? Was it Cliff, who was from Canada?
Yeah. Yeah, Hollywood Squares. Yeah, that was brought up several times. But see, the problem is that the squares are moved around for different, different people have the squares are in different places. Because it orientates everything from like me or Deb, the individual person. That's okay, Sherry. I'm getting ready to close this thing down for the day anyway.
No.
I've got to get some. I got to take me a little nap.
Did you figure out how to do it to where it's still on it's offline but still?
Yeah.
Okay, then do that. Then leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, and if anybody in the chat wants to come in, the link is in the chat. Go ahead and grab it, and y'all can come in. It'll be offline. So anyhow, I am going to close it down. I'm just really tired, and I guess somebody will have something tomorrow. If not, then I'll see y'all Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay out of trouble. Get some listing done. Get some buying done.
Yep. Work, work, work.
And I will see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.